Man, things are sure complicated these days with computers and space shuttles and cat crackers. I'd give anything to live back in a simpler time. Yeah, back when the West was real young.
What in the heck's happened? And where am I? And Hunter, what are you doing here? Man, my wish must have just come true. But this is not good, son. I'm supposed to host that Celebration 1999 award program. Well, I guess we'll just have to do the best with what we got. You know, folks, someone once said that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Well, proper lubrication of equipment is just as important today as it was back in the early days of our country when our forefathers and foremothers was coming across the Great Plains by wagon train. Yeah, take this here old wagon wheel, for example. An improperly lubricated wagon wheel could have left you broke down in hostile territory, and that's not a good thing. I'm glad our wranglers are properly lubricating their mechanical equipment today because each and every unit is counting on them to keep that crude train going. In fact, let's go ahead and recognize some of those folks that scored 100% on the lube audit in 1999. They are the Water Treating Plant number 3, Reservoir number 7, the CRU, Power Station number 2, HTU4 Lube Train, and MV Harlow Power Station. You know, partner, energy usage is just as important today as it was back in the Wild West. Well, back then, we used horsepower to create energy to pull plows and wagons and such. Today, we use energy to create horsepower to run a whole refinery. Well, take old Lacey here, for example. She gets about 30 miles to the gallon of feed. And you know, some of our units are also pretty efficient as well. Let's look at some of those that scored a 90% or better on 1999. They were the Alki with a 91% score, the CRU with a 91% score, HTU1 and HTU2 with a 91% score, and 3 Cat with a 96% score. Man, there is nothing better than a cool drink of water from Mother Earth when the sun is bearing down on you. You know, the early settlers counted on their pumps to provide much of that water, and a pump breakdown back then could leave your throat as dry as Dodge City in July. Our refinery is also dependent on its mechanical equipment. Our modern day blacksmiths are always trying to increase the mean time between failures on our equipment. There are some that have realized a 20% or better improvement over the 1998 rate. Also, to be considered as a pace setter, you would have to show a mean time between failure of 60 months or more, and those areas are the LCDU, the SWAG, and also the best in 1999 with their mean time between failure rates was the MV Harlow Power Station. We also have the CRU, the HTU4, Pump House 19 and Base Oil Tank Farm, the Port Neches Terminal, Motor Oil Tank Farm, Pump House 27 and Tank Farm. We got 3 Cat, DPS number 4, Port Arthur Terminal and 7th Street Tank Farm, HTU4 Lube Train, Power Station number 2, 57 Pump House and Miller Tank Farm, and the DCU. You've all heard of the Pony Mail Express system where they live by the motto, the mail must go through? Well, if you work in a refinery, you realize that the crude must go through as well. Every unit has a tactical plan for how much throughput it must attain for us all to be successful. Those units that have exceeded their tactical plan for 1999 are VPS number 2, VPS number 4, 3 Cat, the Alki, HCU, HTU1 and 2, HTU4, and the LCDU. Whoa there, Hunter. Man, that's strong. Must have been that darn cactus you ate. You know, back in the old West, that wasn't no big deal. But this day and time, your mule just can't poop anywhere. But if he does, you can call out hazmat, let him come out here and pick it up, and haul it off out there to Randy Landry at the landfill. He's just sitting out there waiting for stuff like that right there to come out. You know, Port Arthur has had a terrific year in reducing its environmental incidents. Those areas that have had a 10% or better improvement or went 2 years or more without an environmental incident are the DCU, 3CAT, HTU2, Port Arthur Docks, SRU3, TGTU1, TGTU2, the VPS number 4, Westside Gas Plant, ARU number 2, ARU number 3, ARU number 4, BS&W, HTU1, LCDU, MPU4, MPU3, MV Harlow Power Station, the Product Control Lab, PDU 1 and 2, Power Station number 2, Pump House number 19, the Railway, the Solid Waste Management Facility, the Storehouse, and the Port Arthur Terminal Pump House. Get your mule skinning hands off my woman!
I'm a mule skinner.
Whew. Safety. You know, it's just as important today as it was 100 years ago. Well, take old Bill Wembley over there at SH&E, for example. He can be a real nitpicker when it comes to following the rules.
Check your guns if you want to stay here.
You know, he runs a rough town, but it's earned us an OSHA recordable rate for 1999 of a 1.14.
How about that?
Those areas not having an OSHA recordable for 2 or more consecutive years are the DCU, SH&E Firewater Tank and Area, HCU, HTU1 and 2, the LCDU, API, ASTU, the Machine Shop, Power Station number 2, Maintenance Line Gang and Switchgear, Westside Gas Plant, BS&W, MPU 3 and 4, the Port Arthur Terminal Docks, the Port Arthur Terminal Pump House number 1, the Port Arthur Terminal 7th Street Tank Farm, PDU 1 and 2, Port Neches Pump House number 3, Port Neches Terminal Docks, Port Neches Terminal Maintenance, MV Harlow Power Station, Pump House 27 and Loading Rack 4 and 39, Reservoir number 7, Solid Waste Management Facility, Sour Lake, the Storehouse, the Sulfur Complex, and VPS 2 and the Northside Gas Plant. You know, folks, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned barn raising. You know, neighbors helping neighbors. Well, we had one of them not long ago out on Pleasure Island when Sue Parsley and a bunch of community-minded employees got together to help build a park for the kids. Others are reading to the kids at school and working with kids' team sports. Some of them are volunteering on fire and rescue teams and just doing whatever it takes to make our community a better place to live. Well, we have co-winners for 1999 Volunteer of the Year, and they are Linda Phillips and Howard West. You know, folks, our early pioneers weren't afraid to take chances and try doing things a different way. Well, here at Port Arthur, we rediscovered this spirit with our new Employee Suggestion Program. It began September 1st, 1999, and has so far created a gross savings of $1 million. You know, we need to all put our thinking sombreros on and come up with some good ideas. You know, in the Old West, They knew how to take care of those non-thinkers.
Leaves for Abilene in the morning. I want you to be on it.
My hat is off to those suggestions that are contributing to the increased profitability of the refinery. Just a minute, folks, while I swear in a posse. You know, whether it's putting together a posse here or herding cattle out yonder, teamwork is important in the Wild West. Well, teamwork is still important today when it comes to solving problems and getting the job done. Those 1999 teams of excellence are the DCU Natural Work Group, the CRU Natural Work Group, Rod Burners QAT, the Y2K team, VPS number 4 DMC Controller Redesign team. Go get them, boys. Housekeeping was obviously important back in the Old West. Well, it's still very important today. We all know that a clean workplace is a safer workplace. Our quarterly housekeeping winners are 3CAT, HTU 1 and 2, MPU 4, and the 1999 grand prize housekeeping winner is the HTU 4. Well, folks, we've just about come to the end of this trail, and our final award recognizes the outstanding unit at the Port Arthur Refinery for 1999. We call it the Unit Excellence Award. Winners of this award are recognized for working safe and working efficient. The operating and maintenance personnel, along with supervisory support, are being recognized for an excellent performance in 1999. And the Root and Toot winner is 3CAT. You know, I've heard there's trouble brewing between the big refineries again, and this town just doesn't seem big enough for all of them. So I think I'll clear out for now. Adios, amigos.
This is a Solomon Index, is that what that is?
It's some kind of Solomon Index.
What the heck happened? Can't you just feel the spirits of the Old West in here, Mike? If we were more like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, we could finish off the competition around here.
No, you're right, Ted. But there's something spooky about all this.
What'll it be, boys?
Sarsaparilla, ma'am.
Same for me, ma'am. Mike, you're just too much of a gentleman to go picking a fight with those other refineries.
Don't start that gentleman business with me again.
Who said that?
Someone has to go gunning for those egg-sucking refinery managers.
I figured if there was one man in Texas who could stop him, you'd be the man.
Well, Ted.
Where is that yellow-livered skunk?
Man, this is spooky. What's going on here?
Motiva, we're calling you out.
Well, it looks like we were just too successful in 1999.
You know how it is when a man gets a reputation.
Before we go out to face those outlaws, we need to be logical, gather all the data, and develop a good tactical plan.
To hell with logic.
Corral. Okay. Corral.
What do you think, Ted? Should we use our secret weapon?
If you got it, flaunt it.
Now, you guys and gals go finish the job.